Alright. Hello and welcome back to what I like to call the Totally Professional Podcast. Oh my god.
Let's get it?
Okay, when are we starting this thing?
It's right now, it's going.
Oh my god, I give up.
How
I'm
so?
done. Well guys, this is the end of the Totally Professional Podcast.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Rate 5 stars.
Yes. So, this is our special. We have a special episode today.
Special episode.
Marley, tell. Alright, Marley, tell
But
them
is
what's
it more
it's about.
special than me?
I don't know. Well, how the special one...
Not a lot of things are more special than you, Marley.
Alright, special one, introduce a special subject. Introduce a special subject, special one. Alright.
It just gets worse and worse.
Do you even know...
Dreams.
Yes.
We're talking about dreams today, ladies and gentlemen.
So, alright, I've had this dream for 3 nights. I didn't have it last
Okay,
night,
getting
though.
right into it.
Yes. But it's like Legos, the world's Legos, and it's like a battlefield, but there's 2 different sides. And my job is to build a safe house on the other side. But I'm building in Minecraft blocks.
When did you have this
weird.
dream?
A couple nights ago. It was like a continuous through a couple nights.
I noticed something about you.
It's just like
I'm dreaming about
goes to
Legos.
sleep the next night, and he's like, "All right, I'm back in business."
Yeah, no one. I noticed something. No one will have a dream, but it'll last for like a few nights. It's like a big, long dream sometimes.
Well, this one was in a row.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'll have like one dream that just carries out.
Well, not in a row. It hasn't happened like that before.
Okay, whatever. I'm going to tell a dream I had next. This one I had a few days ago, actually. And I don't know why, but it was so vivid. Like, I thought I was there. It was weird. So basically, it took place in this dystopian future kind of thing. And, well, how it worked was you would get, like, a mark on the hand, and it'd be, like, red or green.
Yeah?
If it was red, to keep population, controlled, if you will, they would kill off the people. Well, they would have you executed. And if you had a green one, you're still alive. But this red mark popped up for some people, and it popped up for me. And I thought, I don't really want to die, so I'm gonna make a run for it.
I don't want to die.
So I hide in this bunker kind of thing. And, yeah, I go outside. It gets kind of fuzzy from here. I don't remember perfectly. I do remember this one part. I don't know why. There was this person. I can't recognize who they were, but it's like that thing where you know what it is, but you don't when you wake up. It's like, it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyways, it was just this dude, and he's like, "Let's go out to the restaurant." And I'm like, "Okay." So I get in a heavy jacket so they can't see the red mark thing. I walk into this restaurant. It's packed. And there's like 2 spots at the back. Perfect. We were walking down the thin little, like, pathway that is in between the crowded tables and chairs and stuff. And we get to this table. These people look a little bit sketchy. And we sit down, and it's just like a diner kind of thing, We sit down, and we order our food, and it's gonna get funny. I don't know why this happened, but it did. Basically, we order our food, and it's loud. So the people next to us start talking to us, right? It's like a casual conversation. But after a few minutes, it starts to get a little sketch. They're bringing up like money and stuff. I can't remember. All right. At the time, it was very vivid. Yeah. So they eventually they pull out, or this guy. He pulls out this card. He pulls out like a card. It has writing on it. He said, I think it was like a playing card to like a game. He said, this is a one-of-a-kind, the rarest item that you can get for this game, right? It costs tens of thousands of dollars, because apparently this game is super popular. And, he wants me to try and pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He tries to, like, get me to pay for it, And I'm like, no, I don't want it. But he's insisting. He's nice shot.
So yeah.
Yeah, he's like insisting, like, buy the card. And I'm like, no.
Probably a scam.
Yeah, and eventually he just puts it on the table, like slaps it down, and then slides it to me, and then he starts walking away. I'm like, okay, I don't want this. I'll just turn it in. So basically, I get this card, and I stand up, and above me, I see this thing. I don't know what it is, but there was like this ridge above where we were sitting in the diner, and on top of it, I saw this thing like hanging off the side of the edge. So I pick it up, and I look at it, and it's the exact same card that I have in my hand.
Mhm.
I don't. It gets a lot weirder from here, and I don't remember a lot at all, actually. Basically, what I do remember, somebody caught me with the cards, I think. Yeah, the waitress came back. She saw the cards. Apparently they were, like, stolen or something. And, so she immediately calls the police, I'm guessing. They come, I get taken, and I'm in, like, this, it was, like, a super luxurious ballin' prison, right? And I'm in there, and I'm at like, there's, like, a gym kind of part, but it just looks like a normal gym. Just looks like any gym you would find, like a 24-hour fitness, basically, like the black plastic, or I don't, rubber ground, whatever. I'm there, and they're doing like a annual sweep of the
Annual?
Shut up, Nolan. You say annual. Dumb too. Big dumb brain.
Small.
Big smallest biggest of small brain. Anyways, they're like checking for the red mark, and they see mine, and they're like, all right, you gotta go. So I dip. I make a run for it. And I'm on the run, and they're like, they come out. They're shooting at me, but it's like the dummy bullets. What are they called? Rubber bullets. that they use in like riot control,
Mhm.
right? And I don't know why, but I get hit and I go down. I'm lying there. It looks like I'm bleeding. I can't tell. I don't remember. I might be, but I'm on the ground and I wake up exactly in the position I was sleeping.
Whoa, that's trippy.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Alright. Next story.
That was
Marley,
cool.
your turn.
I don't have anything right now. I've been trying to think of pretty vivid ones I've had recently.
Bro, don't you hate it when you like wake up from a dream and it was a good one, but you literally can't remember a single thing?
Yeah, no matter how hard you
know
try,
that
you
had
can't.
it, and use like one key thing that you wanted to find, but you can't.
Yeah, it's just like just there, but you just can't seem to get it. It was such a dope dream. And you're like, I wish I could be back there again.
One dream that I have like once a year.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's on the same day, but like I have it at least once a year, and I forget it instantly, no matter how hard I try to remember it. And it's this weird type of just scary, because it's not scary.
Same.
But for some reason it is to me.
Like psychologically.
It's really disorienting.
Mhm. Yeah, I have one of those. I haven't gotten it in a while though. So, I guess that's kind of good.
But basically it's like,
For mine, it's just like...
so there is no humans in it except for me.
Same.
I'm in this like vivid landscape,
Mhm.
super bright.
Mhm.
Like a field.
And
Explain it.
no, it's not a field because it's vertical. It's like there's different layers, and I can like. It's like, God, it's so hard to remember. But basically, there's these like rocks,
Mhm.
and I can't remember if they're moving or something.
Mhm.
But something's moving through them. And then
Like you're being
I get to
watched.
this like this place, and it's like this tiny shack.
Big shack.
Yeah, no, little shack. But there's like the symbol on it, and then as soon as I get there, everything just goes wacko mode. And my heart rate increases, and I can feel it while I'm sleeping. Like I just know that my heart is getting faster and faster. And
Are
then
you
it gets
aware?
to the point
Wait. Can I ask
where
a question?
I'm like,
Are you aware that you're in a dream?
yes.
Sometimes.
Okay.
But basically, everything just starts to get darker and darker, and then I start seeing flashes of my actual life.
Ooh.
Like, I saw my brother's room once, and he like slammed his door in a very rushed manner,
Mhm.
but it was quiet. Like, it made zero
He was
sound.
trying to get away from something.
Yeah. And then my dream ends.
I used to have this one that I would have a lot. And it's like, oh god. It'd be crazy. Because one time, I was like really aware of it. And I was like, oh shoot, it's this dream. And I woke myself up. But that's the only time I did that.
Like a lucid dream.
No, I was just aware. I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah, alright. Have you guys ever had a lucid dream?
Oh yeah.
No, not
Like
that
where
I
you-
don't remember mine that very much though.
Mm-mm. There's like guides and steps on how to do it.
For those of you that don't know, a lucid dream is where you recognize that you're in a dream, and then
But you can't. But you were in full control. Like you were actually
you can
there.
literally you can make anything happen to your will. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's lucid nightmares, where, like,
God.
you can make you do stuff to your own will,
But you can't make
But it's
anything else
like-
happen.
you can't make anything else happen, and it's just scary.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ever had sleep paralysis?
Oh, God.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's
Mm-mm.
not fun.
No. Not at all.
Mm-mm.
Sleep paralysis is where you wake up, like you can look around, you can see, oh, there's my door, I'm awake, but you can't move. No matter what you do, you can have all the will, the urge in the world. It's like your mind wakes up, but your body doesn't.
And because your mind is still awake, you start having hallucinations and
Mhm.
stuff.
And you see demons, you see shadows, sometimes some people, this happened to me, you can hear things like talking to you, like whispering. It's the most horrifying thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's awful.
The time when I had it, so the bookshelf in my room,
Mhm.
a book fell off of it. It, like, pulled out and then fell off of it.
Wait,
And
did
my
it like
door
actually
creaked open.
fall?
Yeah, it actually fell.
Alright, one night,
I don't like
alright,
that.
I was just chilling in my bed, and I had my lights on because I couldn't sleep, and I saw my pop figures. Some of them were rearranged, and I was like, "Oh my, what the crap, bruh?"
Hey, we're talking about shadow demons. You're talking about pop figures. That's
Well,
bullshit.
Basically, my door creaked open, and then everything was basically fine from then on, except for
can
the
move stuff.
occasional noise that I would hear in the back of my house. My sister and I, in the middle of the night, this is when she was, like, really little, and she, like,
Mhm.
needed me to be in her room, right?
Mhm.
Right.
We heard actual giggling from
Oh
the
my
other side of the
God.
house.
Oh God.
Oh, dude, I just remembered a really, really scary dream I had.
Alright, can I
Go for
share
it.
one real quick?
Sure.
I don't know if I told Evan this, but so it was before the first Goosebumps movie came out, and I saw freaking
Oh, yeah.
Slappy, and oh my God, that thing was scary. And I was sleeping on the floor on
Slap-
an air mattress,
alright.
right? And I saw
You
it
cannot.
in the corner of my room, and I literally oh my God, I woke up and I was sweating my freaking hair off.
Yeah, you have those dreams where you get shot. You wake up and you're like, you like actually feel it. I got
Mhm.
shot in the chest in a dream, and I woke up like with a terrible pain in my chest. Anyways, Marley, you go.
Okay, basically, so my sister has always had this baby doll that she named Chocolate Chips, right?
Great.
There's like 2. And it's not even a scary baby doll. And it did nothing scary in the dream. Basically, so at my old house, next to the couch, we had a bin of, like, stuffed animals and toys and stuff.
Yep.
And, so the doll was in there before I went to sleep, and I know that because I used to go into the room where that was
Mhm.
when it was late, and I had to turn off the light. But I swear, every time I went there, I would hear some sort of noise or see something move, even though it didn't, and I know it didn't, but I had a feeling.
I hate that.
And then, so I had a dream that night after seeing the baby doll in the bin, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
And it was a normal dream until the very end when one thing happened, and that was, I saw, like, my actual life,
Mhm.
and it is, like, zoomed into the bin,
Mhm.
and
Like a cinematic, like
the baby
a
doll was just gone. It wasn't there in the dream. And I woke up, right? It was probably 7 in the morning. No one else was awake in the house. I went to the bonus room, looked in the bin, and it was actually gone.
Oh
I
my
hate that.
God.
I hate that.
Oh my God. Wait, so where did it go?
I don't know. I still haven't really figured it out because I'm
Jesus.
not living in the house anymore. I don't like it.
No. So, like, you didn't find it after that?
No.
Gee.
Oh my god.
Bruh. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Holy crap, man. That's cray. That's freaking cray.
Yeah, but I've had sleep paralysis before. It was one where some people say the reason you can't move is because something's sitting on your chest. That's what it's like. Sometimes
No,
you can
the reason
see
you
it.
can't. The reason you can't move is because So the science of sleep paralysis is that when you're actually sleeping and you're not awake and half sleeping, which is what sleep paralysis is. So when you're sleeping normally, when you're in a deep sleep, your body goes into a state of sleep paralysis to make sure you don't move around too much because your body is like still working and it needs you to like rest and stuff.
Right.
So it goes into a state like that because it's not really ready to wake up. And then sometimes you wake up during
In that state.
and you can't move.
I think the reason you see like demons and stuff in your worst nightmares is because your mind is trying to wake you up.
But for what?
I don't know. It's just like you can't move. Wake up right now. Yeah, but I had sleep paralysis, and my demons would like shapeshift into what I feared the most.
I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I'm like sleeping, like my mind just goes off to like something scary, and I like see things in like the dark, and like, God, it's just like
You see those things in the corner of your room?
No, just like floating around in my vision, and I just like see different faces of
Dude, that's
things.
what happened when Evan and I did the freaking 3 a.m. challenge at
Yes!
Lodge.
At Rainbow Lodge? Okay,
Dude,
alright.
I tried to go to sleep.
No,
saw
story
something
time.
Okay.
So,
and then I tried to go to sleep. And then I closed my eyes, and there was a straight up face. Like, in my vision while my eyes were closed.
I have a... Alright, this is the story. Alright. It was Nolan, Ian, another friend of ours, Marley, and I. We all went to Great Wolf Lodge together. It was a blast, right? At this time, the 3 a.m. challenges were blowing up left, right, and center. And, we're like, it's not real. Why don't we try it? We were ignorant, naive, and not very bright. Obviously, 3 a.m. is not some special hours. It's just planted in your mind to think that. But regardless, we did the challenge, Marley and I. Nolan and Ian were still asleep.
We tried to wake them up, but they
were like
Nolan almost woke up, and then he was like, and then he went back to sleep.
Yeah, that's basically it. But Marley and I stayed up for a little bit. It was like, what, 3:20?
Yeah, probably something around that.
Yeah. I don't know why, but 3:28 like sticks out in my mind. So let's say it's 3:28.
Hold up, can I add something real quick?
Sure.
You guys know 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. is like the #1 time for deaths in your sleep.
Ooh.
Actually, that's kind of weird.
Because that's the... God, freaking vacuum. Hold up. Alright, we're back. Sorry, just a vacuum went by.
Sorry, short vacuum intermission. But... right, we're back. 3:28. Mari and I are still up. We're like, this isn't working. Let's just go to sleep. Oh no. No. That's when it started happening. I was like,
right when we were like, oh, let's just go back to sleep.
Yeah, I lay back down and
there's two bunk beds.
Yeah, okay.
Evan and I were we were both on the bottom, sitting across from each other. Like,
and then there was
each
Me
one
and
of us
Nolan
was
top.
on the opposite bunk bed.
Mm.
On the bottom.
And it was like a
And-
little. It's kind of a thin place, right?
Yeah.
So
But right in front of us was the
There was, like,
entrance
there was,
to
like,
the bathroom, and then there was a mirror in front of it.
yeah, and then there was like a little sink.
Mm.
So we're going to bed. I lay down because I'm like, this is not working. Whatever. I lay down and I'm like, I swear I see something.
And then
Literally
I
out of
looked
the
in
corner of
mirror
my
and I
eye.
saw a little black flash go across the mirror as well.
Yeah, and we're like, we look at each other and we're just like, no. It worked. It did work. And then we sat up and we were looking at it forever. Nothing.
Mhm.
So we're like, okay, let's go back to bed. We were both on edge. Didn't we try to wake Nolan? Or yeah, we tried to wake Nolan
Nolan up
and Ian
again.
up again.
I wish I woke up.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Dang.
Yeah. But
So,
then
yeah.
that's where the face thing comes in. We tried to go to sleep and then. Did we see anything else? I thought I.
Alright, I think we
I think
should
that was
give
it.
a
You
story,
might
a
have.
story time.
I like closed my eyes and then I told you that there was a freaking face
Yeah.
staring me down.
Marley closed his eyes, and then he like. Did you like? What happened? Did you like yell or something? I can't remember.
No, I like closed my eyes and you know how like when you get light blinding, you see like shapes
Yeah.
and stuff.
Mhm.
It was like that, except I could see outlines
Except
of
instead of a face.
where eyes would be
Mhm.
and a nose and a mouth.
Jeez.
But there was that was it. It was just like the outline of a face, and I could tell there was something going on because it wasn't just like lucky that that
The
just
shapes
happened. It was like
That it aligned
perfect.
like that.
It was like
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
symmetrical as well.
Ugh, God.
Alright, Evan, I think we should give a story time on the night. Here, I'll start it. So, Evan and my cousin Samuel were over because, so we're having a great time. Yeah, Samuel, if you're watching this, shout out to
Shut
you.
up. I was
anyway,
having a sleepover.
So we were all having a sleepover, having a good time, right? And we're
It gets
staying
to
up.
like 10 o'clock, and Samuel's chilling in Nolan's chair.
And
Nolan and I are
all
on the
talking.
bed,
Yeah, we're all talking about like a bunch of philosophical
just like
things,
sitting down.
just
Yeah,
having
we're-
good
it's
conversations.
It's getting real deep. We're talking about universe theories and stuff, conspiracy theories.
Mhm.
It's getting pretty lit. This whole conversation, it gets farther and farther into madness, and it gets creepier and creepier,
Mhm.
and
Until the point.
I'm getting shivers down my spine this whole time. Like we'll say something and I'll like shiver.
Mhm.
And keep in mind, it's not cold in this room.
Yeah,
not cold in
it's
Nolan's room at all.
literally the last room in the
we were-
house.
Yeah,
It's warm as freak.
it was pretty nice, and plus Nolan had blankets going on, and it was chill. It was a vibe.
Mhm.
He had lights, but I think you want to take it from here.
Yeah, so we're on board, and Samuel is on his phone, and he finds image of it's actually called the Dream Catcher, but the man in your dreams, and it's like it looks like Al Capone mixed with frick.
If you don't know, Al Capone,
He's a world famous criminal, gangsta.
yeah, he
gangster. Went to
he was
Alcatraz.
held in Alcatraz. I almost said
And then
Azkaban, but that's Harry Potter.
another girl. But it's a mix
Yeah,
between that, and it's just really freaky. And then when he said that, I just started like hyperventilating and like
We
freaking
literally had a
out.
panic attack. Well, what he said got worse. He said, he said, "Do you recognize this person?"
Mhm.
We said, "No."
Well, I did, kinda.
We said he seems familiar
Mhm.
because he seemed familiar.
Yeah, I did.
I don't recommend looking it up because you might have.
It's
okay,
kind. It's
exact-
really weird.
Oh.
And it was apparently it was just a joke thing,
It's a joke. It's not
and
real.
it was like a
Mhm.
hoax. But like I wasn't there. But next time I saw Nolan and Evan, they showed it to me.
Oh yeah.
Told me to look it
you're-
up because they weren't about to look it up themselves and scare themselves again.
Heck no.
Oh yeah.
But like, I was like, dude, I swear I've seen this person before.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then we told him, and he kind of freaked out. Not really, but yeah. Samuel said no. Let me finish this. He said he said this person isn't real.
Mhm.
They've never existed, never recorded ever in the history.
And that
of
just made me even more
people.
like on edge.
He has no age, no gender, and
Mhm.
is unknown.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's freaky. That's horrifying.
Mhm.
We literally could not sleep. Yeah, Samuel, we told Nolan's mom that we were having panic attacks because we literally.
We told her what happened.
Yeah,
You
we told her
don't,
what happened.
like, go to sleep. We fell
It
asleep
was
around
12
like
o'clock
4
at this
a.m.
point.
And
Yeah,
then Sam,
alright,
alright, and Samuel tried to go back in his
Samuel had to go
room,
back to his room.
but
He
he
comes back in.
literally couldn't, and he was like
He comes
scared.
back in like in a cold sweat, kind of.
Mhm. Like he kept seeing like the face whenever he would close his.
Yeah, and then by this time I had reassured Nolan that it was literally our mind and we were being dumb.
Mhm. It was just like.
Yeah, anyways, that's the end of that story.
Yeah, it was that night we were just chilling, and then I recognized my pop figures were switched around, and that just didn't help at all. God.
Was it that night?
Yeah, it was.
Oh. Didn't even know that.
Mhm.
Anyways, what were you saying, Marley? Oh.
But
Were you saying something,
God,
Nolan?
was it scary, man? Oh God.
Oh yeah, Nolan, you were saying something.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But we ended up falling asleep, and then the next day we just didn't really talk about it at all. I remember one time I saw it on Instagram, and I was like, nope, just keep scrolling.
Keep swiping.
Mhm. But there was this one video about it, but I saw the face, and I was just like, nope. I want to learn more about it. Should we for the podcast?
Oh my God. Do we want to put ourselves to that for the entertainment of other people?
32 minutes, I mean.
32 minutes. Oh my God.
There's someone on the RO Insider Discord whose profile picture is that, and every time I see it, I just have to go past the.
The post, yeah.
Yeah.
If you look up
like,
Dreamcatcher if you're curious, but I don't recommend it.
You're the man in your dreams. Same difference.
Yeah, same thing.
Well, should we research
Which is
about it?
funny because I've literally never seen him in my entire life, and I don't think he exists.
Should we research?
Marley?
I mean,
I don't really want to, Nolan. If you're down, go for it. But I'm not really feeling the whole panic attack thing again.
Me neither. Well,
So,
what do you really
sorry,
think?
podcast,
I bet it's like a, I don't know, started as like a creepypasta or something. I really don't know.
Ooh, I had this.
What started a creepypasta?
It's I don't know. That's my theory on it.
No, someone made it to
like trick
get
people.
attention, and
Yeah.
Bro, you guys
it
remember
was for something that they were making. It was like a little film or documentary or something, and they supposedly got all these people who were like, "Yeah, I see that guy. I've seen that guy before, and oh yeah, this guy." But basically, supposedly they got someone in. Okay, let's restart this sentence. Shoot, drop my controller. I dropped it again. Okay. Supposedly they are like a counselor.
Okay.
And this person came in and was like, I've been seeing the same person in my dream over and over again, and it's just creeping me out, and I don't know what to do about it.
Jeez.
And then they were like, okay, can you draw the person? And then they drew that picture.
Bro, that is freaky.
And then they were like, apparently they got other people who came in and were like, I've been seeing this person. And then it was like, she was like, was it this person? And then they all said yes.
Bro, that's trippy.
And that's what it started.
I don't know why, but it was all with your psyche.
Like a prank thing for something they were making.
It was a hoax.
But it just
That's
really
really
messes
with you.
Or that you've seen it before. And I'm pretty sure I have, but like...
Yeah, it's so familiar, but yet, like, so not familiar.
I don't know if I've told this on the podcast before, but I would have like. By the way, I recently remember this. Nolan, I've told you this, but I didn't remember a lot of it. I remembered pretty much all of it. When I was a kid, or younger kid, right? I was probably like 5, 6, maybe 7 at the most. I would have these dreams of this witch, and I think it's because I saw like a trailer for something. It was like a horror movie. I don't remember. All right, leave me alone. And I would have this dream maybe like once a week, and basically what would happen is I would be in the stream, and I would lay in my bed,
Yeah.
and I would have my feet out, and it was like it was a pretty small bed, so my feet would like hang off just the slightest bit.
Oh, dude, I can see where this is going. It's terrifying.
Oh no, it gets so much worse, dude. It gets so much worse because it gets like gory almost. Yeah, it actually does. But my feet were hanging off. My feet would hang off, and the witch would like pop up somewhere in my room, walk over. I wasn't moving, by the way. I couldn't move. I had no control over this ever. She would grab me, pull me under, and that's when I would wake up in a cold sweat. Like, it would freak me out every time.
Dude, I used to think that there was something under my bed that I couldn't see. So whenever I walk into my room to go to bed,
you would just
I
like
would
jump.
I would,
Yes,
exactly.
dude. I used to do that.
I would
all the
jump
time
from my door onto my bed to make sure nothing grabbed my leg.
Yes. Dude. Okay, my story goes a little farther, but at my dad's house, there's a bathroom upstairs. This is an old house, by the way. My great grandparents lived there. But it's an old house. There's a bathtub that like sits off the ground a little bit in the bathroom. It's just like a bathtub, like an old bathtub. Sits a little off the ground.
With the little legs on it.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Then there's the toilet behind it, or not behind it, but like. Anyways, all that matters is about this bathtub. The sink sits right in front of this bathtub. It's pretty tight space. It's whatever though. And I would go every time I would go to the bathroom at night, or like before I went to bed. I would be so like anxious that something was gonna grab me from under the
space
bathtub.
in between.
Yeah. So basically, what I would do is I would walk into the bathroom, and I would turn the light on, even though it annoyed people. I don't care. I would turn the light on, and I would like check everywhere under this bathtub, and to make sure nothing was there.
And it doesn't help that you're a young kid with a vivid imagination.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but anyways, back to my story about the witch. These streams again were like happening maybe once, twice a week, but it would stop there. It would stop at me getting like pulled under. That's where it would stop, and I would wake up. This one time, same dream, right? In bed, toes hanging off the little edge. Witch walks up, but this time I can move more. I can move my body, my legs, and I'm aware of it. But I can't get rid of the fact that she grabbed, right? Okay, whatever.
Like, and you know that she's gonna come.
Yeah, it's just like a knowing this. It's a knowing at this point. I know what's gonna happen. And I'm like, fine, you know what? Do it. I'll wake up. So she grabs me. She pulls me under the bed. I don't wake up. I'm like, uh-oh. To put it into perspective, this witch looks really ugly. Kind of looks like my recess teacher. You know the one. Marley, you might too. I'm kidding, but She looked like a witch.
Oh, Miss Fish.
Well, and you know, Miss B. You know, we're not throwing names. It's a phone call.
Miss Fish.
Also, that's an anonymous name too. It was a code name for it.
Wink, wink. Yeah, but
Yeah,
anyways,
we all know
this
it.
witch looks like a common witch, but there's something about her, and it's really dark in this room. I can't see anything. All I can see is like the silhouette and this stream, right? She pulls me under, and I recognize, because I don't know why, but there's a little light under my bed. Don't ask me, it's a freaking dream, right? There's a little light on her bed. I can see her vividly. Her eyes are like, they're like black, like just black. They're like basically all pupil. You know, it's just like a black eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like soulless almost.
Yeah, her other eye is scarred up. And she has like Freddy Krueger hands, you know? Like the really sharp. She has like talons.
I don't like
you know. Right? And and her face is just awful. She's dressed just like a normal witch, you know. But the claws are the things that get me, because her fingers, they're like long Black Panther hands, you know. They like, they're sharp, basically.
Yeah.
And I watch, and I can't do anything.
Yeah.
No matter how much I struggle, I can't get away. She's grabbed onto my leg, and I watch her like tear apart the bottom half of my body.
Bro, what?
Yeah, I watched this entire thing happen.
Spectator mode.
Stop, dude. Why'd you have to say that? Yeah, but I'm watching myself get ripped to shreds. And I can't do anything. And I wake up when she gets to, like, my waist, right? She's ripped from my waist down completely apart. And I'm just watching myself bleed helplessly. But
you woke up.
I wake up. I'm like, oh god, I see my legs. I'm like, oh, I'm like feeling my legs. And this time I'm in my actual room, not the tiny bed where my feet hang off. No, I'm in my actual room, and in my corner I had a coat hung up.
Dude, no.
Wait.
Yeah.
So it kind of freaked me out. I'm like, oh, all right, it's my coat. No. It forms into the witch, right?
Yes.
And it jumps at me, and then I actually wake up.
Bruh.
So you were dreaming in a dream.
I know. Dude, that's like possession.
Oh my god,
Dude, that's actually so scary.
I remember, like, one time, I like, was scared of, like, having my legs out, because, like, things would touch them or something. I was just paranoid of it. But then...
It's like being in it's like being in a body of water and scared that a fish is gonna brush against your foot.
Yeah. But one night, I was like, hold up a second, this is all in my head. I got nothing to be afraid of. And then it just was, like, that easy. It's like, that's weird. How, like...
You ever think about the fact that, very, very few people are actually afraid of the dark and afraid of what might be behind it?
Yeah, you're not afraid of the dark, you're afraid of what's in it.
It's just all, like, oh my god. I hate it whenever you wake up and you're like, oh
Dude,
my...
That already gives me an idea for, next podcast. This is awesome.
You boy.
Not leaking it here right now.
Cough, cough, you're gonna have to wait for the next podcast.
Make sure to subscribe so you keep it. Get notified. Yeah, boy. Bro, I've had some, like, some dreams. It's like, I wake up, but I don't remember what it is. It's just really scary. Like, I don't remember, but I just remember.
Also, in
terrifying.
that dream that I had, the really vivid one, where I saw flashes of my life that I was talking about, there's also this one sentence that an unidentified voice says to me in it that
like
I
a voice in your
never
head.
remember. Like a what?
Like a voice in your head?
Yeah, it's exactly that. It's a voice in my head. And when I'm dreaming, I can't get it out of my head. It's like stuck there and it's on repeat, and I keep hearing it over and over again until I wake up. And you know, at the time, I was 7 when I really started having that dream and like thinking about it. So I was walking to my mom's room to tell her that I had a nightmare, right?
Oh god.
And the voice was there as I was walking, and it kept saying the sentence. And then I tried to remember it, and I was like gonna write it down, but you know, it's like midnight. So I'm not about to go downstairs in a dark hallway and get paper and write it down.
Yeah.
And to this day, I hear that sentence, and it was playing as my brother was like slamming his door, you know.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what it said.
Well, that's oh my bro, the hair on my neck stood up.
Bro, at least it's not dark yet.
Oh yeah, my curtains are shut.
The guy was like, "Now is the best time for me to record the podcast." It's the best time for all of us.
How far are we in?
Let's check. 47 minutes. You know, I'm gonna pause it here. Alright, we're back, guys. It took an hour, but we're fine. We're good. We're good.
Nolan had to go do something.
Yeah, I had to do something. Sorry. Alright, so you guys wrote down some ideas.
I'm not sure where we left off.
I'm not sure either, but so I was just thinking, right? And I had this like crap. I don't even remember it. But it was like I think this was a thing that would like happen in a dream. But so you guys were brainstorming. Let's see. Guys?
That's where we're gonna end up the totally professional podcast.
No.
Alright, I know. Yeah, I was basically troubleshooting, trying to figure out why my PC isn't working.
Well, what's wrong with it?
I'm trying to download a game I already have, but it doesn't work. I don't know why. I'm really sad.
Well,
I'm trying to
what
download.
game?
I'm trying to Minecraft. I'm trying to download Minecraft.
Yeah, that's not on Steam, right?
Re-download.
Is it on Steam?
No.
Okay.
I downloaded it off the freaking Microsoft Store because I already own it. I just have to install it on my PC, right? And every time I try, it says no device is found. Really? Oh yeah, because when I click on the Microsoft Store, it literally says that I'm signed in on my device. I don't get it. You're dumb. This is dumb. Screw you, Microsoft. Get your garbage fixed, you stupid.
Well, you can queue up. Alright, so what did you guys write down?
I wrote down mostly stuff about plans for the next podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. But we're planning whenever we can to do an in real life podcast, because all these podcasts we've been doing them over Xbox, and I put the party chat output to headset and speaker so you guys can hear it too, and then I just sit always. So
that's how we record the podcast. But when we get the chance, we are planning on doing an IRL one. I'm getting a professional mic and an XLR kit. So that's gonna make the quality very nice when that happens. But it's gonna be a while, so hold tight.
I'm getting a Rogue jersey. It's coming in the mail soon.
No one asked. I'm sorry. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. I'll post a picture on my Instagram if you guys are following, viewers. Take note.
No one cares.
At Nolac 2007 and at no one important for Evan. Marley doesn't have it. Sad.
Yeah, because I'm not allowed to have social media. YouTube is fine though.
Should we Marley, do you think we should use what we wrote down for this podcast? Because it's a special podcast.
Yes.
Or do we save it for next podcast?
But we're barely halfway through. Speak away. We're going an hour and a half for the special.
We were thinking that next podcast we could do... Wait, Marley, how many ideas you got? You got any ideas for like... Okay, not bad. We're going to start talking about
Paranormal encounters.
Paranormal.
So it's kind of
paranormal encounters we've had and paranormal encounters and creepy stuff that other people have had.
So for me, I haven't had the most paranormal encounters, but sometimes it just like feels like really creepy. I don't know, but I haven't had as many stuff or things as you did, as you guys do. So say away.
You want to go first, Marley?
You want to start?
You what?
Awesome. Okay. Let's see. I guess I'll just start with one that I was telling Evan a while ago. Basically, when I was like 7, when I was 3 to 7 years old, those 4 years were the times I've had the most experiences. I don't know why, but they just stuck in my head.
Mhm.
So, one of them that I was telling Evan was, there was this fan in my house that we never used. And then, like, we ended up using it right before we, left the house. And I could have sworn now, like, that something was talking to me through it. And it wasn't, like...
Was it like a fan voice?
No, it was just a normal voice.
Like the fan was saying it.
So yeah, keep
It's
going.
like it was coming from the fan, but it didn't.
It was just
And
coming
no
from
one
the fan.
else in my house could hear it except me.
Yeah, okay, so his mom, Marley told, because he's young, right? So he tells his mom, "Mom, the fan's talking to me," and she says, "Oh, you probably just,
That's a
long day."
that's a yeah.
Right? No. Marley swears he still hears these voices occasionally. Or the voice, actually. It's just one voice.
So so what did they say? Or it, whatever.
Huh?
What did it say?
I don't remember. I was 7 years old.
So I was watching
He
this
just
on
remembers
YouTube,
the voice.
and it was like
It wasn't like
the
a
more
normal voice, but it was like...
the
it was
more
like
No,
if you-
it wasn't always the same voice.
So, like,
Did it
there's
seem
this
like
one
the same
story.
person?
The moral of the story, it was
They were
always
all
like
nice.
parents
I
always
guess I
trust
could
your
say
kid.
people.
Like parents always
Mom,
trust
can you
your
not
kid.
interrupt Marley? It was like
Well,
a very interesting story, and you just had to interrupt him. Go ahead.
So it was the moral is parents to always believe your kid. And it was so there was the door to an attic in this kid's room, and every night he thought it went open, yeah, when he closed it all the time. And then one time he got in trouble for being like disorganized and not remembering things, and then he was like, well, then to your mom, he was like, well, you're one to talk. You never closed my door, the attic door. And so, they're like confused as to what he was talking about. And then they're like, it keeps opening. So, he wasn't that scared. And then he had the door open and he swore he saw something, but his parents didn't believe him. So they moved one day, and then to another place nearby, and one of his old teachers moved there. So he asked if there was any paranormal occurrences, and then like in the full serious, he was like, yeah, there was something in the attic, and it turns out there's a trapdoor and somebody has been coming in.
Jeez, that's creepy. Okay, tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like knowing someone is in your house, or like finding out someone is living in your house,
This is
like
creepy.
if you have security cameras, and you see someone like sneak into your house, that is horrifying.
Mhm. Like, how long have they been there?
Yeah, what have they been doing?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, and where?
Because obviously you don't know.
I mean, that is just terrifying. Honestly.
It really is.
I've had a few paranormal experiences. I don't
Well,
remember all of them, I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie.
Same. I swear we've had some together.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really remember
Marley?
much. Alright, tell me. Explain.
So, I used to have this computer. It was just like an old crappy rig. It wasn't like for gaming or anything. It was just like
Nothing like the one you have
stuff.
now.
No, not at all. This PC was probably like
10 years old.
maybe 200, 300 bucks.
Mhm.
But it was off most of the time, and sometimes I would be asleep and it would turn on the monitors and all, and you had to click a button on my monitor to turn it on, even if the PC was off.
Bro, what?
So even if it was just the PC that turned on, the monitor wouldn't turn on.
Mhm.
Yo, we got the same guy, the Ace
Oh.
Tracer dude.
Mhm.
I played this guy earlier. He's
Twice.
Twice.
In one day.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Anyway, yeah, it would turn on, and again, you had to click a button on my PC, and I would hear it click.
That's freaky.
I would hear someone click the button,
Mhm.
and this happened a few times.
Mhm.
That's about where it ends, but
That's...
I thought it was just like a little
Did
creepy at the
you
beginning.
never get to the bottom of it?
He's in
No.
Ghost.
Jeez, that's creepy.
He's some ghost.
So, yeah, and so one time, oh yeah, by the way, Marley's not on Xbox. So one time, it turned out not to be an actual paranormal occurrence, but it, like, oh my god, it was freaky. So my radio randomly turned on at like midnight when I couldn't sleep.
Mhm.
And then I was like, bro, I was so freaked out. I like went to my mom. I was like, what the crap happened? Turns out I accidentally set an alarm when I had my feet up on my radio. Because it's like, well, clock, same thing. It's the same thing for me.
Yeah, it is. It's just like a clock radio.
Yeah, but
thing.
it's right in front of the part where I sit on my bed. So sometimes I put my feet up, but this is a long time ago. And, God, it scared me. But yeah, it was an actual paranormal. Alright, so what was the thing with all three of us, you're saying? So
That was the
3 a.m.
Werewolf Lodge thing. I swear to you, I've literally had, I've just been laying down, and I've seen, like, something walk across my room, dude.
like
Not, like, quickly, but, like, walk.
Dude,
walk.
oh my god.
I saw, oh my god, I saw this, okay, right, I was trying to go to sleep, I had my eyes closed, and you know how you can still see, like, light out of your
yeah,
eyelids, right? My room was completely dark, and I saw, because it was already, like, pitch black, I saw something darker than it. Like, darker than the pitch black room.
Jesus.
And I could clearly see it, like, walk across my room, stop in the middle, turn, and then start and keep walking and just disappear.
Jeez, bro. It's pretty crazy.
Jeez, bro.
Sometimes
Jeez,
I
bro.
wonder, like, when I'm gone and, like, the whole house is just my dogs. Or even when
Yeah,
they're
the
no,
ghosts
like
are partying.
when they're not inside. Yeah, that's what I used to think. I used to think all my toys were just partying.
Like Toy Story.
Oh yeah, one time, so there was this guy. It was I don't know if it was set up or not, but he walked in on Woody and Buzz, the toys, and there was like a voice thing, and then they both fell down, and then he was like, "What did I just walk into?" I was like, "That doesn't seem real."
It
But
could have been a voice box, 100%, or like an automated.
no, it was definitely coming from that room, but I don't know. It didn't really seem
Yeah,
real.
you could play a clip.
Actually, no. Yeah.
That is creepy though. Yeah.
You
You seen like the videos of the paranormal stuff happening to people? Have you seen that video of the little girl who's like playing with her dolls, and in the background you see the doll turn like okay, there was these dolls on the
Like
shelf.
jerk her head like
Yes,
her.
yes,
Well,
yes.
that's the creepiest thing.
Especially when it's dolls. Okay, you cannot tell me that some dolls aren't creepy.
But
All right,
dolls
and
are
if you don't think that way,
Scary.
then you're not human. Okay.
That's my worst fear.
Maybe
Honestly.
they're the dolls.
What a save. Yeah, that's my.
I was literally like 90% of the way in the goal, but that's cool.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
my worst fear. Oh. Like
you
freaking
seen
Chucky.
the
Chucky
video
is
that
just
the-
stupid. That thing.
Well, actually, it's based on a true story.
I know, but the doll looks really stupid. But Annabelle. Oh my god, that thing is scary as frick.
That's also based on a real thing too.
Mhm.
It's locked up in a museum.
Bro, I remember. All right, so it escaped, and bro, imagine being the
Yeah,
night
it
guard
escaped.
there and seeing it escaped. Bro, I would literally.
Well, actually, you know what's worse is like going to check on it as the night guard, not seeing it escape, but just seeing that it's gone.
Yeah, cause then you're like, you don't know what's
You're on
surrounding
edge.
you.
Yeah, you don't know where it is.
What
You
even
have
is the
no
story
idea
of
where it went.
those two creepy freaking
I can
things?
look it up if need be.
I don't know what the story. I know what the
I
story.
can look
Like
it up.
I know what the
I'll tell
story,
you.
but like the movies.
Oh, the story of the movie?
Cause freak, nah, I ain't watching that. But Chucky,
No.
yeah, he just, bro, that thing is.
Looks kind of whack.
Yeah. What happens in that movie anyway? Do people get killed?
Yeah, basically it's just a really angry doll.
Well,
Ugh, I hate that.
how does he kill
Okay,
the people?
The real life Chucky, whose real name was Robert,
I see.
imagine A.N.E. Robert the doll was gifted to Robert Eugene Otto. His family's maid in Key West, Florida in 1906. He believed she practiced black magic and voodoo and put a curse on the doll before handing it over because she was unhappy. Okay.
So why does it want to kill?
Let's see. Standing at 40 inches tall, dressed in a sailor suit, and the straw stuffed doll looks creepy to most.
40
But legend
inches?
has it that young Robert, who went by the name of Gene, was immediately drawn to his new companion, naming him Robert after himself. He would take the doll everywhere with him, including to the family dinner table to begin with. His parents thought it was sweet. But then, according to the haunted rooms, strange things started to happen. First, Gene's parent heard a deep, unfamiliar voice and a creepy jingle coming from his bedroom.
Jesus.
And then there were footsteps in the night as if someone was running from room to room. I hate that.
So, wait, why does it want to kill if it treats him so nicely?
Hold on, Nolan, you're fine.
Yeah, you're getting to the story. Sorry.
What was most terrifying though was Gene's bone-chilling screams in the middle of the night. Oh God.
What?
Whenever his parents heard him, they'd rush to his room only to find him under his blankets, his belongings and furniture so strewn all over the place. Robert did it, he would cry over and over, according to Ranker. The unexplained events drove many housekeeping staff to leave as the word of the haunted doll spread. The Otto family struggled to find replacements for them, but people were too terrified to come to their house. Neighbors reported seeing a strange boy inside the house when the rest of the family was out. They said the boy looked just like Robert the doll and would stare right at them through the window.
So, what's the motives?
Nolan, can you be patient for a second, child?
Okay.
Despite all of this, Gene refused to get rid of his friend. The doll remained in the house. Upon the death of his parents, Gene inherited the house, and he even gave Robert his very own room. After Gene passed away in 1974, Robert was locked away in a trunk and put in the house attic. Later, he was discovered by a new occupant, a 10-year-old girl who said to have immediately fallen in love with it. But just as he had done when Gene was alive, Robert began throwing furniture and moving around at night. He mutilated the other toys and even tied a cord around their dog's neck.
The crap, man.
Oh my god, that is terrifying. The family promptly put the doll back in the attic, ending his reign of terror. Well, Child's Play director Tom Holland. Wait.
No,
What?
it's not. It's not
Wait,
that
what?
one. No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, it's not the one I'm thinking of.
Okay. He has never confirmed rumors that Robert is the inspiration behind Chucky. It's easy why fans are convinced there is a link between the. He says you can visit Robert. Okay. Well, that didn't even say anything. That just told why it was creepy. Basically, the story is, the doll was really angry because he was put away, and so he got all pissy and went on a killing spree.
Went on a fit.
Murdered all of his. Okay. Annabelle.
What did he use?
I don't know.
A knife? Bruh, that's stupid. Marley Q.
Yes. I will. God, that is not great. I don't like that.
The picture.
Dolls can be very creepy. Some suggest that dolls were children's toys dating back to the Egyptians.
Jeez.
Forrest famously haunted dolls. There's Harold. First haunted doll sold on eBay, whom physics won't go any near. That was the doll we just read about.
Yeah, the whole Robert doll thing seems more like Annabelle than Chucky.
Here's the two backstory of the Annabelle doll from the Conjuring films. No, I want the real story of the real doll.
Well, you can do the movie first.
I guess. By the way, I hate horror movies.
Same.
It's fine to watch them at first, but they give me paranoia. And,
No matter, like, even if you're like, oh yeah, they're not real, still.
Okay, the Annabelle doll was actually a Raggedy Ann doll. Not what you might expect a haunted evil doll to look like. How could anyone ever see a smiling, brightly colored doll as a demonic menace? Well,
I do.
okay, great. That's not what I asked for. I'm asking for the story. The year is 1970, soon to be registered.
There are 3 Raggedy Ann dolls in Chelan, where I'm at right now. Dude, they have
received an antique
red,
Raggedy Ann
curly
doll.
hair.
Yeah.
Their eyes are like sewn on.
They're really big and mostly pupil, and then they have a triangle for a nose. Yeah, it's creepy. So basically, she received this doll from her mom for her birthday, I think. She just walked back to her shared apartment with her roommate and fellow nurse. Angie both falls fond of the cute smelling doll when it arrives, but quickly forgets its existence as it becomes part of the decor. However, the doll doesn't go unnoticed long. Only days later, both girls start to notice that the doll seems not only to move from room to room, but also change positions on its own, Donna would sometimes leave the doll in the living room only to come home to find the doll in her bed with the door closed. The doll was often found with its legs crossed over or standing on both feet, but it was never left in those positions to begin with. And you can't have a doll like that stand up.
Mhm.
Yeah, because the legs are tiny and thin.
And they're stuffed. Nolan?
Mhm.
A month after the doll's arrival, Donna started to find handwritten notes seemingly from the doll itself. Each note was written on scraps of parchment paper with the handwriting of a small child that bore the message, "Help us," and "Help Lou." Donna, confused and scared, noted that she had never owned parchment paper and had no idea where it could have come from. Lou was a longtime friend to both Donna and Angie, and at the time it was unclear why the doll had written his name specifically.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's not a great start. That's really
This is
creepy.
wait, that's the movie, right? Not the real.
No, this one's the real one.
Okay, yeah, keep going.
Apparently. At this point, Donna kept feel the need to call any kind of specialist until after one particular unsettling event. Donna had just come to find the doll, had moved again, this time to her bed. This time, something was a bit more off about the doll than just its changing of position. Upon further inspection, Donna found out her horror that the doll had drops of blood-like substance on its chest and hands.
Oh, crap.
Nearly petrified with fear, Donna and Angie agreed that they needed help and called a medium.
Yeah.
So I need to flick to the next page.
Yep.
Through this medium, the girls would learn about about the now infamous Annabelle Higgins. Before the apartment complex where the girl lived was built, there was just a field and a small house. It's said that Annabelle and her family lived there happily until a tragedy struck, and the family, when 7-year-old Annabelle be found dead in the field where the apartments now sit. The medium relayed to the sympathetic Donna and Angie that Annabelle just wanted to stay loved without question. Donna allowed the spirit of Annabelle to stay Raggedy Ann doll. Not long after accepting Annabelle's plea to stay, the girls realized that the spirit might not be as innocent as its soft doll was made seem.
Mhm.
Sorry, it's really hard to try and
It's fine,
make
it's
this on
fine.
Rocket League.
Well, you don't have to.
Good for the Raggedy Ann business.
I guess.
Here,
From
Marlon,
the
this
very
is doing a
beginning, Lou
private
had
match.
disliked the cheery doll, even saying
private
it was
match.
evil, and he urged Donna and Angie to get rid of it as soon as it arrived.
Marlon, do Spike Rush.
Both girls continuously refused since they felt such compassion for both the doll and Annabelle. Lou, on the other hand, had nothing but terrified experiences when it came to the Annabelle doll. One night, Lou awoke to find that he could not move his body. Panic-stricken, he looked toward the end of the bed and saw the doll standing there. Seconds later, Lou felt the pressure of hands around his throat and was choked almost to the point of asphyxiation.
Jesus.
Lou woke the next day terrified and convinced it had not been a dream or sleep paralysis. This would not be the only encounter with Annabelle. He also received. Okay. He also received 7 long claw marks on his chest, 3 vertical and 4 horizontal. Interestingly, the cuts were fully healed in 2 days, leaving no trace that they had ever been there.
Oh my god.
God, I hate this.
That's weird.
Oh no, it's not over. After these violent episodes, Donna realized that this was not the spirit of a little girl, but something much more sinister. Donna knew she needed more than a medium, so she contacted Episcopal priest named Father Hagen after Donna explained what had been happening to Lou and the doll. Father Hagen decided to call a priest of higher authority, Father Cook. Sorry if I messed that up.
Coke.
Upon hearing about the horrifying events, he instantly called Ed and Lorraine Warren. The Warrens came to the conclusion that this was not the spirit of young Annabelle, but instead a demonic presence sent spirits wanted. Wait, that it was not the spirit of people or of young Annabelle, but instead a demonic presence sent spirits want to possess people, not inanimate objects. It was only making the doll seem alive so it could attach to a human host instead. Starting small, the evil spirit started attracting attention to itself to get closer to the human host. The medium also made it much easier for the spirit to manipulate the girls with a sob story, considering how violent the spirit started to get. One Warrens predicted that the spirit would have been possessed or killed someone in a couple of weeks if they hadn't been notified. Father Cook cleansed the apartment with 7-page prayer, and to Donna, Angie, and Lou's relief, the Warrens took the Raggedy Ann doll with them. The doll still showed signs of violence while in the Warrens' care. As they traveled home with the doll in the backseat, the car stalled repeatedly on every corner, making the power steering and brakes fail. Oh my god. After almost colliding with another car because of this, Ed Warren poured holy water over the doll and they made it home safely with no more strange
Holy
automobile
milk.
failure. Holy milk.
Holy cow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Ed also reported that a doll levitated off a chair when they returned, and they would turn up in room. Okay. Oh, Ed also reported that the doll levitated off chairs and returned, and it would turn up in rooms randomly. The Warrens built a special case for the doll after Father Jason Bradford, the Catholic exorcist friend of the Warrens, got into an almost fatal car accident after tossing the doll and telling it, "Use your ragdoll, Annabelle, you can't hurt anyone." Oh my god, bro.
Huh.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna stop that.
Let's see how long the podcast's been going. Hour 17, boys.
Almost there.
That was fun.
We could go for a little bit longer.
I don't know. What do we have to talk about?
You can talk, I could look up Reddit stuff. What was the Reddit, page?
r/paranormal.
Ah, okay. r/paranormal.
Morley.
You're mean.
Evan, look at this, look at this.
Wow. r/paranormal, r/no sleep. That has 14 million members. Let's look at this. I'm convinced my son killed his dad.
I'm driving with only my back wheels.
No.
Rear wheel drive. Rear wheel drive. Well, I don't know. I think we have to save it for next episode, yeah?
Nah,
Huh? And remember, I'm the one that has to edit this.
you're fine.
And up. Frick you.
People wash up on. You know what? We can save this for next episode. You guys got any other scary stories?
I do not.
Marley?
Not scary, but I have more
I have a few paranormal stuff.
Okay. Explain.
Okay, so I was in Chelan. I was like 3 or 4 years old. And I was walking up the stairs to the bedroom that I'm in right now.
Mm-hmm.
And, I almost slipped and fell off the stairs.
Wait, what are you doing?
Nothing.
I must have slipped and fell down the stairs. And then something caught me.
What?
I was walking on the stairs and I felt something like trip me. Like literally like something grabbed my foot and tripped me.
But something caught me and then I heard something say, be careful.
Bro.
At least it was nice.
I mean, yeah.
No, I'm trying to save it.
Well,
Shut up.
yeah. Alright. That's where we're going to end it today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning
Thank
in.
you for listening to
The special. We'll have one,
Professional-
and we're actually
Solar
doing
Professional podcast.
2 this weekend. I don't know if it'll be out on
Hopefully.
Monday, but we're going to do 2 in quick succession. So, we'll see you guys, maybe tomorrow. I don't know, depending on when you're watching us. But I'll see you guys later. Peace.